In this video, I'm going to show you a new AI feature that you can use in your Facebook ads and your Instagram ads that is going to blow your mind. I was properly shocked when I first saw this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This video is sponsored by HubSpot. More about them later. So Meta is making crazy progress with their ad platform right now. It feels like every week I'm talking about a big new feature that is being released. There's tons of innovation going on. And the one I'm about to show you might be one of the most surprising of all, one of the most impressive of all. And it's not in an area of meta ads that we've become accustomed to seeing lots of change and lots of progress. So it's not a new targeting development. It's not a new way for AI to produce ad creative, although of course there are new things being released all the time that are helping us do that. This is around ad interaction, which might not sound like a big deal, but it really is. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So this new AI feature was demonstrated at Cannes Lions, which is like a big international advertising event. It was actually demonstrated in a slightly different way using a different example at the Performance Marketing Summit in San Jose that I went to just over a month ago. I'm going to run through both examples. I think they demonstrate some very interesting stuff. And there's tons of AI announcements in here. I've created some videos on some of them already. I'll be making more. Make sure you subscribe for that. But this is probably the one that I'm going to focus on this video that had most people sort of sat there looking at the screen, mouth open, like, what are we watching? Probably the most impressive, the most surprising of the new features. And what I'm going to do is going to scroll down to the one I really want to focus on here. So we've got business AI on ads with voice. And you'll see what that means as we go through it. And then we'll sort of talk through what's going on here and how can we apply this to our business to get significantly better results. So let's play this. So like a traditional ad sort of thing you're used to.
Hi, Maya. Any questions about this product?
That's the ad asking.
I need to pick out a birthday gift for my sister. She's turning 28 and she's really into comfy outfits, anything cozy and relaxed.
For comfort and style, I suggest our lightweight flex pants. They're breathable, relaxed, and have that effortlessly put together vibe.
Oh, I love that. Do you think there's a top that would go with it?
Absolutely. To complete the look, I recommend pairing with the lightweight Versa Polo.
So let's just pause there a second, right? So what's happened there? So the business AI has asked the user, do you have any questions about this product? Don't exactly know how that would be triggered. It's probably going to be linger time or something along those lines. The users then said, oh yeah, actually I'm looking for something like this. It's for my sister for her birthday. What would you recommend? The business AI can then make a recommendation around that particular product, provide more information, make a recommendation around the product range. And then not only can it do that at the first level, it can do that at another level, much in the same way that you might search on ChatGPT, right? You don't just search and then get results. You sort of search and ask for it to refine. You go back and forth. Same thing's going on here, saying, oh, is there anything you'd recommend to pair that with? And then the business AI was also able to make recommendations, provide a link to that specific product. The user is then clicked through from the ad, and that's where we've got to this point here. And if I keep playing, you can see now that there's an extra step where you can, click on the chat there, start talking about, the example here given, right? So it's got the product, they've said it's kind of pricey, and then the response is, since it's your first time shopping with us, I can offer you 20% off. So the AI here, you can see this is generated by AI, not through voice anymore, but done through messaging, has offered a specific discount. It's like decided that that's something it can do in order to help generate the sale in that moment. Now, there's going to be parameters that you can use as a business to make sure that any business AIs don't go crazy and start offering everyone 90% off. Like there's going to be limitations you can put on that and what it can and can't do. But I mean, this is nuts. Like this is some crazy stuff being done here. If I just finish playing to the end of this, we can see, okay, great, I'll take both. Great, your sister is going to love it. Let's get you checked out. And then just come through to here, regular shopping bag, they check out, and you can see later. Then on Messenger, you're getting messages, get ready, your order is on its way. And the sort of the customer journey continues post-sale with all the delivery process. And then over here on the left-hand side, we've got another option that doesn't incorporate the voice component that we just went through, but it's almost like bringing through an FAQ section into the ad itself. So you can see that beneath this ad, we've got these little like question options, non-toxic color options, et cetera. And the user can click on that and it's provided with a bunch of information about the products. that'll help convince people whether to purchase. Like an FAQ section doesn't require the user to click through the website, find them, go through them, all that sort of stuff. It's just information presented here. They've clicked on how to clean, and that's just loop back round, and you can find a lot of info. So some serious developments when it comes to business AIs and impacting how users interact with our ads. That's very exciting. To help you use AI to take your marketing to the next level, HubSpot, who I'm partnering with on this video, have created a fantastic free resource called the AI Marketing Automation Playbook. There is a link in the video description below where you can download it right now. You can use this AI playbook to do more with less, to reduce repetitive tasks, engage with customers at scale, and make smarter, data-driven decisions. This playbook gives you the practical strategies you need to integrate AI into your marketing efforts and stay ahead in a competitive landscape. My favorite part is the insights on balancing automation with authentic customer interactions, something we all need to get right. As AI is changing how marketers work, HubSpot's Masters in Marketing newsletter breaks down what it means in a way that's actually useful. It's my go-to for staying sharp. You can sign up for that for free as well when you grab the playbook. I'd strongly recommend you check it out and use it to level up your marketing. Check the link in the description below, and thanks to HubSpot for sponsoring today's video. So what did we just see here? Well, basically what's happened in these examples is that the business AI has been trained on that business, the products, the information around the products that enables it to answer questions like we saw, to make recommendations, to be able to provide feedback based on what a potential customer is looking for, to say, yes, that's perfect for you, or actually we'd recommend these other products in our range, those sorts of things. And that, I think, is going to have a really big impact on performance, because so often people don't buy something because they're not convinced that it's quite right for them. Maybe they think, oh, okay, that wouldn't work for me because of such and such scenario. And often those are made on assumptions that are made really quickly, and often they're not true. So just being able to instantly ask, oh, is that waterproof? Would that work in this scenario? Is that such and such? How do I clean this? Is it easy to clean? Does it come in this size? Or I'm actually looking for something for this scenario. What would you recommend from the product range? And the business AI being able to say, yes, it does have that. It's absolutely fine. You can go ahead and buy it. Or we'd recommend this option instead. That is absolutely going to improve conversion rates, because it's reducing the risk for the potential customer. They're going, okay, yeah, I verified that it's suitable for my situation. I verified that this will work. I've got a better recommendation on this. And that is, if you reduce the risk, you give people more clear information, you tell them exactly what it is that you're looking for, that's a huge deal. And advertisers have tried to do this, marketers have tried to do this for a very long time in a number of different ways. Like you build out big FAQ sections because people want to come through to a website and they want to check out, okay, yeah, will that work for me? Is it da-da-da-da-da? Is that suitable? And that's the information. But there's quite a lot of friction involved in that. That's an extra step, that takes time, that takes effort. Being able to do it immediately on the ad is really powerful. And the other thing you have to consider is that the business AI is going to be able to answer a much wider range of questions than an FAQ section is likely to be able to cover. So you can get it really specific to what it is that you want. Lots of us have specific requirements for certain products and services, stuff that might not bother other people. Be like, no, I really want it like this. This is important to me. If you think about like buying, booking a hotel room for when you're going on vacation, right? There are all sorts of things that other people might not bother them, but for you, you want to make sure that it has such and such because you've got young children or you've got whatever, whatever your requirements are, and you can check those things, you can verify those things on the ad. That is a really big deal, and I think going to be a game changer for us advertisers and make things more effective across the board, especially when you talk about providing custom discounts from the business AI as well, which is kind of crazy. Okay, so there's actually another example of this that I want to show you that I think might even be more impressive, that was demonstrated at the Performance Marketing Summit I was at. So let's have a quick watch of this.
A video of the functionality. So why don't we check it out?
So an ad, just like you'd expect, this for shampoo or some sort of soap. Popped up again. Any questions? Can I help?
Is this shampoo bar suitable for my hair type?
What's your hair type? Is it straight, wavy, curly, or coily?
I have curly hair. Based on that, which shampoo bar would you recommend?
The coconut oil solid shampoo contains castor oil and coconut oil, which smooth the hair cuticle and reduce frizz.
That's great. I'm going to get one for me and my two best friends. Can I get 3 bars?
Sounds great. And since your order will be over $35, you'll get free shipping.
Awesome. Can't wait to try it out.
Great, let's get you checked out.
In that example, there was like an extra layer where the person said, which one should I go for? And the business AI asked a clarifying question. What kind of hair do you have? So like digging further information. It's just the sort of thing that I might look to do on a consulting call if someone's asking me about Facebook and Instagram advertising. They'd be like, should I do this or this? And I'd be like, well, tell me about your scenario. Are you A, B, C? Because that will affect my recommendation. And that's what's happened here. Then the recommendation is given. I want to go ahead and get 3 for my friends. Great, because your shipping will be over this much. Because your order will be over this much, you get free shipping. So trying to help generate that sale, try and convince them, let's get you checked out. So those things are automatically added in to be able to be purchased. Like really awesome and crazy stuff. We'll get back to the video in a second. Before we do, I just want to quickly let you know about my mentorship program. Now with my mentorship program, me and my team mentor people daily to help them get the best possible Facebook ad results. We've actually had some amazing results recently from some of our mentees. We'll pop them up on screen right now. In fact, 82% of people that join my mentorship program see a notable improvement in their Facebook ads return on ad spend within just 30 days of joining. And that's a stat that I'm really proud of. There is a link in the video description below. You can click on that, come through to a page on our website and book in a free, no obligation call with one of my team members to find out more about it and see if it would be a really good fit for you. Hopefully we get a chance to work together. So you can see that the business AI agents here, they're sort of starting the sales process for you.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Okay, it's not going to manage high ticket sales. You're still going to need a salesperson to do that. But being able to answer those questions, objections, being able to make recommendations, being able to even give custom discounts to help make the sale. I mean, this is stuff that traditionally salespeople would have done. So that really is very impressive. It will probably free up salespeople to focus on more higher ticket stuff instead of spending as much time on lower ticket things. If nothing else, this is likely to free up significant customer support time. You're going to get less people who are interested in your products sending in emails, sending in messages to ask, is this suitable in these scenarios? Because it's all going to be there to just interact with on the ad and get that information clarified. So that's going to be a real efficiency gain for a lot of businesses, because a lot of e-commerce businesses in particular, they have a lot of inbound communication from people wanting to ask things about products before they buy. So this will really help with that. And like we said, if you can narrow the time between which someone sees something and they get the answer to that question from, okay, I'll go through to the website, I'll send an email, I'll wait for a response back a few days later or a few hours later maybe, the difference between that and just getting the answer immediately on the ad, don't need to come through to the website, so far less friction, way more likely they'll ask the question and they'll get the information straight away. The impact on that conversion rate is, I'm telling you now, I've been doing marketing long enough to know that that is going to be absolutely massive. And you've got to think, like, why are Meta doing this, right? So what Meta really wants, and I say this often because I think there's quite a lot of skepticism in the industry from advertisers, they want us to get the best results possible. Because if we get better results as advertisers, we keep spending money with them and we spend more, typically, we scale. That's what we're looking to do as advertisers, but we need better results for that. So Meta is absolutely incentivized to get us the best results possible. And they know that if they can make each ad interaction more likely to turn into a purchase or turn into a lead or get the action that us as advertisers want, that's better for us advertisers. They're going to make more money as a business. They're going to grow. That's why they are creating stuff like this. And they're really looking to use AI to massively push a lot of this stuff forward for us advertisers. And a lot of these new AI features, they are democratizing things for smaller advertisers, medium-sized advertisers that only the big advertisers used to be able to do. So recently I talked about incremental attribution being something that now a lot of advertisers can use that only really big advertisers used to use before because it was quite technical to do and you had to do it externally with conversion lift studies and things like that to work it out. This is going to be very similar. Bigger businesses might have had like customer support teams that can answer questions really quickly, although we've all interacted with a lot of big businesses where their customer support is terrible. And that took up a lot of time, it was quite costly. Now, if we can get business AI agents to be doing this for one-person e-commerce businesses to answer questions about the product, that is a feature that is incredible and really helps out a lot of the smaller advertisers, medium-sized advertisers compete with a lot of the bigger brands because we can leverage technology. That's what technology done well often does. One thing I would mention around these features is it's going to take time for users to get used to this and start using it. So what we'll see is the adoption rates and the impact on conversion will be relatively low to begin with, but then as users become more and more familiar with this feature, and as they start to use it more, I expect the impact on conversion rates to go up. Once people have used it a couple of times and maybe a friend said, oh, have you seen this? I just asked this, such and such. I think users are gonna love this because it's gonna help them make decisions quicker and easier. And if there's anything that leads to mass scale adoption, it's things that allow people to do things quicker and easier. And that certainly applies to this. Instead of having to do research, you just ask the ad, it tells you whether or not it's suitable for you, whether or not it has the things you're looking for, and then you decide to buy. But that's gonna take a little bit of time for people to A, recognize what it is, B, start using it, and then C, start, when they see an ad for something they might be interested in, think, oh, I'm gonna check with this, I'm gonna ask it the questions, I'm gonna go through and do what I need to do. But it will get there, of that I am very confident. And these business AI options are currently being tested. They're likely to be rolled out to most advertisers relatively quickly. Meta really wants to push the stuff. They know there's a lot of demand for it and it's gonna be very beneficial for advertisers for all the reasons that I've described. The text-based options are likely to be rolled out first because they're a little bit simpler than including those voice options, but when we do, well, the text-based option is going to help. When we do get the voice options come through sort of en masse, not just being tested in certain scenarios, I think it's going to be a really big deal for Meta advertisers. So definitely something I'm excited about. Exactly when you're going to see this available in your ad account, I don't know, but I don't think it's going to take very long. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of the video that there are tons of changes right now, loads of new features, loads of things coming out to help us get better results as advertisers. You absolutely want to make sure that you're on top of those to get the best possible results. It can give you a competitive advantage if you are, and you're likely to get left behind if you're not keeping up to date with all this stuff. And in amongst all these changes, there's one setting, a new setting that you probably haven't heard of yet, that you've probably missed, that can make a big deal to your ad performance. I cover it in this video here. It's all about getting a lot more social proof on your ads. Really quick and easy to do, literally takes 30 seconds to set up, but can make a big difference. So if you haven't already, go ahead and check this out.